Ever since the original Elgato Game Capture HD gaming capture card launched at a competitive price to allow just about anyone to capture their game console gameplay, many of us have been asking Elgato to put a more capable product, something that still maintains the competitive price point but has slightly more professional-oriented features and capabilities. Enter the Elgato HD60 Pro, their answer to our requests. Does it live up to snuff? Let's take a look. The HD60 Pro is an internal PCIe 1X device, which means that you need to have a desktop computer with a free PCI slot available in order to use it. This is not going to fit in a laptop. For us professionals out there, that's not a big deal, but this does limit the functionality to only those with high-end setups, unlike the previous Elgato game capture devices, which were designed to be usable by just about anyone. That's kind of the point. The Pro in the product name is intentional, and for good reason. Looking at the card itself, we have a small, all-black PCI card, which is about what I would expect. I really appreciate that they took the time to fully deck out the card and actually make it look good, when this card is more than likely going to go in enthusiast computer builds, where we often like to show off what's in our computers. The little touches like an all-black PCB and the black shroud with the Elgato HD60 Pro logo on it is really appreciated. What's even more appreciated is the very clear and visible labeling of the in and out on the HDMI ports for the device. It's already hard enough to see where to plug stuff in on the back of a busy computer build, but this was definitely a concern given the HD60's labeling was all but impossible to see. Props Elgato, and I wish more internal PCI cards actually looked like this. This capture card is significantly more powerful and capable than their previous devices. It's capable of recording at 1080p, 60 frames per second video signal from any modern game console or PC at up to 60 megabits per second. A very high bitrate for gaming-oriented capture solutions. Better yet, if you use a third-party program to record from this card, such as Virtual Dub or OBS Studio, you can record a completely uncompressed or a lossless compressed video signal at whatever bitrate or format you like. So vMix, Virtual Dub, and OBS, you can get uncompressed, ProRes, Logarith, any of those kinds of codecs from this video source, which is great for quality junkies like myself who want the best possible quality but don't want to have to deal with the obnoxiousness of using Blackmagic cards for gaming devices. Using the updated versions of Elgato's game capture software, users can also utilize the HD60 Pro's dual H.264 streams to record a master copy of what's going on at a full 1080p 60 with the highest bitrate, while still streaming a lower quality copy and lower resolution if needed to stream to Twitch, YouTube Gaming, Hitbox, things like that. This is great to keep a stream going on slower internet connections, but still maintain a ready to edit and ready to upload video file as well. Highlights, montages, that kind of thing just got a whole lot easier. They've also added a new sound capture app to their software, allowing users to record a tertiary audio source along with their game sound and their microphone audio input. This is useful for looping in voice over IP chats, such as via Skype, Discord, TeamSpeak, things like that, and all three audio sources can be saved to different audio files to be mixed in editing or to the same stream for a live mix. Best of all, unlike the previous Elgato game capture cards, the HD60 Pro runs at an incredibly low latency, almost real-time enough to play from the preview. This instant game view feature is great because you no longer have to worry about adding in delays on your webcam, microphone, etc. when streaming. I got to the point of essentially recommending strongly against the original HD60 for live streaming because of these issues caused by the delay and latency of the card. But this is not a problem with the HD60 Pro or the brand newly announced HD60S that they just threw at us this morning at time of recording. The HD60S, however, does not have the dual stream option that this one does, so you don't get a master copy, but you do get the low latency. Perfect for streaming. It's not all sunshine and rainbows though. Despite one of the original claims about the HD60 Pro being that it also didn't have any of the audio desync issues that plagued the original HD60, that does not appear to be true. There are plenty of reports out and about regarding desync issues with the device, and up until last week I would have gone against them. And in fact, I even spent about 10 minutes talking about this card and defending desync issues on it in a live stream recently, but then I finally ran into the issue while editing my long recording sessions of my modded Skyrim playthrough for my gaming channel. After a good couple months of using the card and having no issues, well, at least desync related issues, as I've had plenty of other issues with their software, I had about a 45 minute to 1 hour recording session of Skyrim across 2 to 3 recordings, and the audio got completely out of sync about halfway through. This isn't a recoverable issue. Once the file is screwed up, it's screwed up. The desync is inconsistent, and so you can't just change the speed or placement of the audio track to fix it. It's just out of sync entirely. This can be incredibly frustrating for Let's Play style recordings, and the drastically bigger severity of this issue is why I stopped using or recommending the original HD60 altogether. I've been using this card to stream regularly to YouTube gaming and have noticed absolutely zero desync while streaming though, nor any desync while recording with OBS. It just seems the encoder has an issue when running the file to the disk from their actual game capture software. The problem this isn't a problem you'd think I would have, given that I'm recording to a RAID 0 array with very high write speeds, but what do I know? Unfortunately, the biggest limiting factor of this device seems to be the software, which is quite ironic given the only reason that I would use this card over an actual, or a more pro company provided pro solution such as my Magewell XI100D USB is specifically for their software. Their software is quite convenient, way more so than trying to record various videos or an ongoing series with no title, description, game identification, etc. in something like OBS. But the continued lack of reliability of the software is beyond frustrating. I've had my share of mid-recording crashes, videos flat out not exporting from their software, or even situations where the software just refuses to open. It will just crash whenever it tries until I restart my PC, which is not always an easy option. But it's getting better with time. The software seems to be in a much better state compared to, say, Christmas 2014 when I got my original HD60, and they're continuing to update it and try to make it better. In fact, I found that their support team is quite responsive whenever you do encounter bugs or crashes. Send a small crash log their way and they'll try to help you resolve the issue. I would hope at this point there's quite the number of issues I've at least contributed to fixing via my experiences. These issues shouldn't be too big of a burden for your average YouTuber or streamer. I know very well that they often stem from the sheer demand that I place on the hardware and software. But that should kind of be expected when pushing a card in the professional category as per the Pro in the name. This device and the full experiences surrounding it should stand strong above the lower end models in terms of stability and performance. It's got the performance down, stability's still kind of getting there. The hardware certainly stands above the lower end models, but the software has many ways to go. So would I recommend this card? Yeah, probably. To anyone with just enough technical expertise to be able to install a card and have a high-end rig to run it, but who doesn't want to mess with more actual pro-level solutions, and they would probably strongly benefit from this card. The dual encoding options, the high bitrate 1080p 60 recordings, and the convenience of the features that their software provides when it cooperates with you are all amazing features, and to have this all in a device like this is actually quite impressive compared to other devices anywhere near this price point. Like, for this price point, you're getting a good deal. For anyone using a laptop, of course, or wanting a more basic solution, I would actually, especially if you're streaming, I would actually recommend their new HD60S model, however, as long as you have a USB 3.0 port or a USB Type-C 3.0 or 3.1 port on your computer, as that is now a requirement for the device. But HD60 Pro or HD60S, you probably can't go wrong. I will be creating some new tutorials about their updated software shortly, including potentially some multicam stuff if I get the HD60S here in the studio as well. And as always, product links will be in the description below. If you're interested in learning more about the comparison between the HD60 Pro and the new HD60S, I do have a new article up on Top 10 Gamers. Link to that will be in the description below. It outlines the differences between the HD60, the HD60 Pro, and the HD60S, and should help clarify like which one you should choose. I do hope you enjoyed my review of the Elgato HD60 Pro. If you did, be sure to smash that like button, get subscribed for more awesome tech videos, and if you want to see how to do something specifically with the HD60 or, Elgato card line, let me know in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.